What's up, Rory Bressler? I am so stoked to get you on my podcast. You are a marketing genius. That's why you are marketing geniuses. And, you have your team of geniuses. And I wanted to get you on the call and kind of talk about your 4-step method that you use to book people and get them on a call, even if they're cold leads. And so today, I want you to kind of introduce yourself for those people that don't know you and kind of tell your backstory, man.
Well, thank you for having me. I feel very honored. So a little bit about me was a couple years ago, about 6.5 years ago, I got very ill and very sick. And so I could not have my normal job. I couldn't go to a normal job because my mental side was going away.
Mm-hmm.
And I just needed to find something to do. And I knew what my skill set was talking to people and how to make people smile and make people realize they are better than their job can offer them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I started into high ticket sales, and go figure, that's like the easiest system in the world is high ticket. I will go through the difference between high ticket and low ticket when there's no difference. So then I started making money. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to make me smile every day. So then I did that for like about 2 years and I quit. I said, I'm bored. I'm just going to lay off social media for a while. And because I don't feel good with my illness, it goes up and down and up and down. So, I didn't feel good. So I gave up. I went back to music and started making beats for artists. And then after that, it came to, okay, Rory, you cannot live off $700. You got to make a change. You got to make a change. You got to make a difference within your own life before you can actually make a difference within other people's lives, if that makes sense. So that's basically me. I just love social media. I'm in love.
That's awesome, man. Like you definitely have a kind of not a rags to riches, but like an illness where you were down in the dumps, and now you're just obviously killing it. You have an amazing team. I have a great group that I'm a part of, and you just do amazing things. So I'm so glad to kind of hear your story and where you've come from. So what kind of social media do you mostly focus on? Is there a particular social media that you prefer over one, or is it kind of all you're trying to hit all platforms?
Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question because I study all of them. But I'm more in love with Facebook because Facebook is more personal than, like what you guys talked about, LinkedIn. And I was very good at LinkedIn too, because LinkedIn was a very easy system. About 4 years ago, was an easy system to really utilize. It was very simple. It was having conversations with people inside of a niche. So, but I do stick with just Facebook because Facebook is easy. Facebook is where people now are looking for that opportunity to actually make money. But most of the times, their coaches or whoever or the downline, upline don't know how to educate them in a simple way to get them results. And that's what I teach, is a simple way, basic way. I call it the basic 5, but I will go by the basic 4 because I'm going to give you a bonus for the 5th one.
I love it. So go ahead and let's break it down. I mean, I know you have your 4-step method to closing cold leads over the phone. So let's get into that.
So basically, where it starts from Facebook inbox. I tell people all the time, I read your content. I read a lot of people's content, and I go, this content does not matter. You can spell the words wrong, and you will still get engagement. Maybe you won't be looked at in a professional way, but you will still getting engagement. So to me, engagement don't matter if you aren't making money.
Right.
If you aren't turning those people into at least good friends and turning the good friends into leads by this simple 4 method. And the first method is saying hello to your audience, saying hello to your people inside your friends of your Facebook. How do you suspect to reach out to a level of income if you aren't saying hello and making them feel loved and special? Um, it's what I teach is how to get really personal inside of the inbox, in a professional way, but get to know what their heart is wanting, and that's a sales strategy.
I love that you actually, that's like, I mean, it seems so simple to say hello, but I mean, just reaching out to someone, I mean, that's how you strike up a conversation. That's how you really start the relationship building, because I mean, so many people just scroll through the feed. I mean, we have software to kind of automate that. You have software that kind of automates that and engages with people, but it's not until you actually start that first conversation that you're able to build that relationship. And I think that's so important. I know you kind of glossed over that and you just said you made it sound so simple, but a lot of people just don't realize, like, they're not going to actually close deals unless they are actually messaging and getting in contact with people, sliding into the DMs and doing that, because it is the first step, right? To actually get people to close, to build a relationship, but also get them on the phone and close deals. So what's number two?
Number two is getting to know the study guide of Facebook friends. Most people, if they do inbox that person, they don't do their research on that person, because Facebook gives you all the information that you need to know about somebody.
Right.
So if somebody wanted to know about me or you, they would understand that we are in certain type of fields. So they got the information, but 99% of people are just too lazy to just click a button, take 1 minute and look what this person's about. And they don't do that because, they weren't programmed. People weren't programmed to follow instructions. They were programmed to actually just go to the job, do the work, and see you the next day. Nobody was programmed for this stuff. So the reason why I bring that up is because it comes to the strategy. What people need is to be programmed to actually study people, and I call it a Facebook spy. I spy on people a lot. I want to know what type of content they have. I want to know what type stuff they do, lifestyle they do, and I want to know if they have any emotional problems. And you wouldn't believe it, but most of the people that I got into my business have a lot of emotional problems, and it's okay.
Because what do you mean by emotional problems? Can you break that down a little bit more? Like, is it they had a bad day, or is it they're lacking like clients? Is it more of an emotional attachment on the business side, or more of just they had a bad day kind of thing?
I call it the balance leg, and what that is about 85 to 90% of people don't know how to balance business to personal.
That's true.
So they allow their personal to show on their social media. And that like basically gives them a strike when it comes to looking for clients, trying to get more business inside of their business, because people don't want negative Neils. They want positive people. So even if I have a bad day, and I have a lot of bad days, but you would never know it by my timeline. You would never know it.
Do you think that some people do that to kind of almost be vulnerable and kind of open up to people? Or do you think it's better to kind of hide those bad days so that you can only, for me, I obviously I'm a very upbeat person. When I have a bad day, I never talk about it because I don't want it to kind of bring down the rest of my day. So I'm really like you in a sense where I don't really, if I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to blast it on social media because one, you don't need to put more negativity out there.
Right.
But two, I think that some marketers say that it makes you more vulnerable. So in a good way, because it kind of shows that you're a real human in a sense.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm not saying they're right. So what I do is I grab a word of my feelings, So if I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of, or I just don't feel like doing anything, I grab a word and I study that word and I make a positive post out of it.
I love that.
So when I got sick, I could went out on social media and said, poor me. Oh, I'm sick. No, but I took that. I said, okay, I want to take my sickness and I want to motivate the people that struggle with their emotional problems and the poor me card. And I want to fix that problem because we are problem solvers. We could have the best tool, we could have the best business in the world, but if we can't solve one problem, what are we doing? So when it comes to the inbox, when it comes to helping people, we got to put them together. And that's why I make my posts so positive. People reached out to me yesterday, said, Rory, okay, I'm waiting for an offer.
I remember that.
There's no offer. I said, okay. so like, I didn't know how to answer that. Like, okay, my Facebook wall isn't for an offer because I believe if you are selling on your wall, it just don't look good. It's like a resume. You don't go to a resume and brag about how good you are or how the best you are at things. You go sell yourself, but you sell yourself in a way that say, hey, my name is Rory. This is what I have done, but I'm always willing to learn more stuff. So because I believe we are always a student. We are never a, I know it's my brand, but we are never a genius at everything. We all got to learn.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like your posts get 100, 200, like 300 comments every single time. And you just destroy it on the Facebook wall. And it's just really enlightening because of how much positivity that you put out there. And it's really amazing because you've shown me your just your inbox and how much it blows up. And just being able to even taking a bad day and turning it into a positive light, I think that a lot of people can learn from that. And I think that's an amazing tip. So what would be number 3?
Number 3 is after you are building a tiny bit of rapport, because I want people to understand you don't got to build rapport. If you are an influencer on social media, there's no reason to build a rapport. That's my opinion. But, and this is the way it works, is you just build that little conversation, get to know them a little bit, and you could call that rapport, but rapport goes in so many different ways. We would be on this interview for like hours if we really talked about what exactly is rapport. So my third step is building the form method. Anybody who's been marketing or anything or knows people, they know what form is. And so I grab a little bit of form and a little bit of my strategy, and I had this conversation. This is where people struggle at. They don't know how to transition to booking the call. It's by one simple question. Hey, Brandon, I got something amazing. I would love to show you. It might not be for you, but at least you might know somebody it is for. And this is how I get so many different leads inside of a lead.
Right.
It's like they buy it and they go, oh, my friend would love this. Oh, my team members would love this. Let's book.
I love that. Yeah, and it's funny because if you just show them what it is and you don't even try and sell it, but you ask them, hey, do you know anybody who would benefit? People will do the lead finding for you, and they'll refer you all the time. Like, so funny because with our software, we have people that just buy it, and I'm like, who is this person? I've never even seen them in my life, because like you said, someone else was like, oh, your business would do so well with having this. And I think that is so amazing, like just asking someone to if this would benefit someone else versus directing it to them, because then they feel like they're not being sold, but they feel like, okay, I'll still look at it, right?
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that.
People love to buy, but people hate to get sold to.
Right, exactly.
So my fourth step is, now that you've booked an appointment, now you got to have a schedule, like Calendly, or what? How do you say that? Or a place where you can schedule a call, because you want to look professional. You don't want to go, okay, I'm gonna write this down, because that's don't really look professional in the aspects of trying to show a service. So, and plus you are going to be organized, and people are going to say, okay, I want to do business with this person because they are organized. Like me, I like to be organized in a way, because, hey, I'll be honest, I'll forget something of an appointment. I don't care if it's a $1,000 deal, $500 deal, $100 deal. I will forget about it and go, and they inbox me, hey, don't we have an appointment right now? I'll space it off. And so scheduling is very important. It's like when you're at your 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, you have your own schedule. There's a reason behind it.
Right.
And you don't overbook yourself or whatever. So
And the thing about, like you said, is when you actually schedule something, it goes deeper into your mind. You're actually able to recall it, like a time's coming up, and it just reminds you. Also, with technology nowadays, like my calendar is connected with my phone. So if I have an appointment on my phone, it uploads to the Digital Tycoon, and I can see that in my notes. And same thing with if someone books my appointment through like a link, then that goes automatically to my phone, and then I get a reminder about what that is that I need to do from my phone. So it's like I'm getting all these pings, versus if I put it on a piece of paper, that piece of paper might just disappear, might be cleaning something up, or my dog might eat it, or whatever, all these things that could happen. But if I have multiple touch points through technology, then it just makes it so much easier to have. And I think that's a great tip to have, especially like you said, you look more professional if you actually have these reminders, a system that does that, automatically sends people emails to do follow-up, automatically sends them text messages so that they could remind them to actually show up for their appointment. And it just helps with the close rate, and helps with just the show up rate for all your appointments, because you don't want to show up to a call and now they're not getting reminders to be there on time. And then you're there like, hey, where's this person? And then you wasted 20 minutes of your time trying to actually close an appointment, and or help them with whatever problem they were having, and you could have solved it, but you didn't send them a reminder. And that goes all with follow-up. And I think that's an amazing tip, having a system that allows you to book appointments and do follow-up automatically. So that's amazing.
Yeah. It's it has to be done. And a lot of coaches don't teach that. A lot of coaches say, hey, here's your link, go out, go make money.
Right.
I mean, and my last step is I kind of got from you, but it's okay, after you booked the appointment, after you have the appointment, now what you do? How do you get someone to just seeing it to buying it? How do you do it? You ask for the money.
Right.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You give them deals. But let's say that you have your own product and service, your own, where you can move up the price, move down the price, or whatever. Always know your worth, but at the same time, if you want to get them into the program, and you just want to get them in the program, and you can't give it away for free, but you you want to get them in the program so you can go up and down, up and down. And what I do is I go off people's income. I know what to offer. Like in my service, the first 10 people get it for a decent price. And after that, it's just straight up monthly. But after that, and the fifth one, what I love to do is after I ask for the money and I welcome them into the group, I keep that relationship going, because this is how you get to people to buy and keep on buying. Like if you have a course coming out, they are going to buy that course no matter what the price is, because you'll keep on building that relationship, keep on making them smile. Because guys, money can make us feel happy, but it cannot really make us happy. I mean, yeah, if you want to go to the beach or wherever, yeah, it takes money, but at the end of the day, when your time is to go, your money can't go with you. And that's why I connect very well with you with investing, being an investor, because even when we are long gone, we want to have our families have a legacy, and not just, oh, my dad died,
Right.
I don't got nothing, right?
Right.
So marketing could mean so many different things. Like most people want to make 10K a month, and I understand that, but they got to do this thing that I love to teach, is mastering money, amounts of money. So if you've never made a dime online, learn how to master making $50 a sale. And after you master it, and mastering is like getting like 3 or 4 sales, and you are repetitive, and just keep on coming, keep coming, keep coming. So you master that. So now you can go up to the next number, 100, and then 300, then 600, then 9, 1,000. Now you can actually teach people how to make $1,000. See, a lot of people want to teach people to make 6 figures, but they never made 6 figures in their life. They never seen it.
Right. I think it's so funny. It happens all the time. I mean, and I'm to go back to kind of what you were saying is it's a confidence thing. Like once you make your first dollar, you're like, I remember when I made, when I got into learning how to make money online, I made my first $7, and it was to be my friend on Facebook. And I thought that was the coolest thing. Someone wanted to be my friend on Facebook. It was $7 a month. And I was like excited about it because I just got into it. And then I went up to $27. This was for our superhero toolkit at the time. And I was able to do that in a monthly. And from there, it went up to $47 a month, and people started buying that. And then we have $147 a month program. And then we have $300 a month programs. And, at some point, I'm going to charge $1,000 a month at a program. And these things once your confidence goes up and you learn the pain points of people and you can provide the value. It's funny, Alex Charfin talks about these 90-10 gurus, where they do 90% marketing and 10% follow through. And it's just so unfortunate because you're not giving the value what you're actually selling. And it's just, I really hate when people don't actually follow through with what they're saying. And so it's funny because once you know how to sell and you know how to provide value, and you can feel the confidence and, like you were saying, mastering and solving problems, like you were saying in the very beginning, you're able to really keep continuously upping your price because you can make a bigger impact. And the thing is, like, a lot of people want to help everyone, but unfortunately, there's plenty of people that want to help everyone. Let those people help everyone else, and you charge the price point that you want to charge, that you feel that you can provide value at. And unfortunately, you have to price people out. And at some point, it's not going to be worth your time to help someone at $47 or $97 or whatever. It's going to be worth your time to help at $10,000, because you can have a bigger impact and help in a higher level by charging these higher price things, versus let the newbies or the people that are just starting want to help everyone, let them charge the $27, the $7 organically. So that's exactly kind of what I did. Is, when I was just starting out, like I was saying earlier, I charged $7 because I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of learned, I could provide very little value at that time. I knew I was learning, but I was like maybe one step ahead of, a couple people, but I was able to help them worth $7. I also had my full-time job as a trainer at the time, and I was trying to make this transition. But once the transition hit and I learned and I spent, it's been like a year now, we're doing phenomenal. And it's because now I can help at a higher level. And there's some people that I can't help. And I've noticed that once you start really just focusing on helping at a higher level and you are able to make a bigger impact, you're going to kind of wash away the people that are like taking up your time and that need a lot more hand-holding. And you kind of don't want those in your business, because they're going to suck your energy out. They're going to suck just the life out of you. And if you can remove them and you only work with people that are looking to scale their business, you're going to just have an easier time overall. And that's to go back to what you said from the very beginning, it's important to have systems in place. Like your simple thing, like a calendar. Like, a lot of people don't even book calls. They don't even follow up. They don't do these things that you need to do in a business. I mean, most people don't even have an LLC or some kind of entity to take advantage of all the tax benefits that having a real business online has. So I think that's phenomenal. So that's, those 4 or 5 tips are amazing. Introducing yourself on Facebook, doing your research on your perfect audience, making sure you know who they are and kind of what they're doing, and making the person feel special. I remember in reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, the book. It's amazing. They talk about how the most important thing in someone, the most important thing that someone hears is their own name. So saying and talking to someone and saying their name in Messenger while you kind of make an introduction, it's going to build instant rapport, especially if you can send a voice message or anything like that. And then 3, I think you said booking a calendar, getting them booked on appointment, talking to them. Yep. And then finally asking for the money. I think a lot of people are so afraid to ask for the money and not be able to just lose out on that deal. And I think that's super important, because if you never ask for the money, you're never going to make it. It's kind of like you are taking 0 shots. I don't know what that analogy goes, but you lose 100% of the shots you don't take. And so if you were never asking for a sale, you're never going to make any money. So I think that's super, super important. Those were amazing tips, Rory. I definitely appreciate it. And it was
very simple process, because at the end of the day, oh, by the way, before I go in that, it's kind of funny. I've been online for a while, and last year I did a lot of door-to-door sales. I took a break last year and just went out on the street and did a door-to-door sales. It's funny. The guy that I worked for hit me up yesterday. Says, "Rory, I need you." I said, "Okay, what are you paying me?"
Right.
I said, "I'm not going to go knock on doors for $20 a contract. I'm just not going to do that. I can make that, triple that online, and watch Netflix for the rest of the day." And so I mean, it just cracked me up, because, guys, there's so much competition in this world, and people want to be having that competition, but at the same time, they want to make a difference. And when it comes to the inbox, like I said, I don't care what your content says. They could say that your dog just broke a leg. I'm still going to have a conversation with you. I'm still going to get to know your business, and I'm going to see if I can help you. If I can help you, then we can go to the next step. But Brandon, there's so many different conversations inside my inbox right now
I know.
that
I hear it popping off all the time.
I don't even answer because I know it's not going to go anywhere. I might go back and go say, "Hey, how you doing?" I follow up. I follow up like crazy. I probably follow up at least 4 times a week. Um,
Okay.
if they don't answer me, I give them a 3. And I think people need to pay attention to this. Do not waste your time. Okay, if someone does not answer you after the first time, give them one more try.
Right.
And after that, just take them off your follow up.
Yeah. I mean, it's
wasting your time.
Yeah, I agree. It was funny because I just today there was someone I probably reached out to 5 times and no response. And I obviously see her online. It says active on Messenger or whatever,
Right.
and nothing. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like it's not even worth my time being your friend or something like that. And because you don't even respond. And so I removed her. And right after, I get this voice message. And I haven't even looked at it actually because it's not worth my time. But yeah, it's funny how people will react if they get a friend, if you kind of quote unquote threaten them that you don't want to be their friend anymore because yeah, it's so silly. Anyways, what words do you have to leave for us, Rory, before we jump into the VIP section for our listeners? And what are those quick little things you want to end on here?
So basically what I want to end on is never give up and never say no to something of seeing something, because you never know what that person's about to show you can 10x your business. You never know.
It's very true. Love it, man. Thank you so much, Rory. You are amazing. I've learned so much just from the social media from you, all the things you do, like your follow-ups, how you actually message people and your messaging. It's amazing. So again, Rory, thank you so much. And you have an amazing time. And we'll talk soon, buddy. All right?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Peace.
Peace.